So we're going to jump back into the testimony of Alan Bates to the Post Office Horizon IT inquiry and look at the letter that he wrote in December 2000, so just a mere couple of months after Horizon was installed in his system, and he suffered a £6,000 shortfall alleged by the Horizon system. And it details exactly what he's managed to find out and also the difficulties that he's having with the Horizon system, including offering to help the Post Office out. So what happened? Let's jump into the inquiry.
The first thing you did was to write a detailed letter to the Post Office about it.
I did.
Can we look at that, please? Poll 404598 at page 134, please. We can see this is dated the 19th of December 2000, so about 6 days after the balancing issue emerged, and again about 2 and a bit months after the installation of Horizon at your branch. And it must be noted, I think, very early in the life of the Horizon system taken as a whole. Would you agree?
Yes.
So only 1 year into really Horizon being rolled out, maybe a tad more, and only a couple of months since Mr. Bates had the Horizon system actually installed in his office. So let's have a look at this.
You'll see that the heading of it is Horizon faults. Can we read the letter together? Because this sets out what might be an important account early in the life of Horizon. You refer back in the first paragraph to a conversation, and as is good practice, you confirmed it in detail in writing. You say the balance at this office on the 13th was not only very stressful but also very worrying. The evidence that appeared during that day proved beyond any doubt that the Horizon system cannot be relied upon to give 100% accurate figures. The problem which was highlighted to this office that day was with regard to gyro deposits, and at one point the weekly returns were showing a variance to the addition of the daily returns of over £6,000.
So not the pennies that could be stored in a tin, £6,000. This is only 2 months after he had the Horizon system installed. Having the foresight to put this all in writing as well was a stroke of genius, really, knowing what has happened since, and possibly one of the reasons why the Post Office decided not to pursue this very early case.
The whole of that afternoon was spent making a number of phone calls to the different helplines, one of almost 1 hour long, and kept 2 of the 3 terminals producing nothing but reports at a peak trading time when we had queues out of the door, though eventually I did manage to track down the majority of the money. That said, the cash account for that week is still showing a shortage of 118281. I can without any doubt attribute 36850 of that to gyro items that have been double entered and that I'm unable to track because of the way Horizon is set up. Of the remaining 81431 shortage, I'm presuming that 40915 of that shortage is from the previous week that's become added to the total. This leaves a difference of 40516, which I'm unsure of where it comes from. It may well be a gyro system error, as might be the previous week's 40915 shortage, or it may be something else. Unfortunately, the current Horizon system does not let you access previous transactions adequately enough to track problems with shorts or overs at the end of the week.
And that's, I guess, one of the big issues with this. They've gone from a system where they can check and verify what's happening and find any lost money or any extra money and find actually what it relates to, because it can't be lost or extra in the normal running of things. But now they've got Horizon, all that information is obscure from them. They can't actually get their fingers on it to understand what's happening.
Continuing, having spoken to the local branch secretary of the Federation of Sub-Postmasters on these problems and realising the problems I'm experiencing are being found by others around the country, I really do not believe it would be unreasonable for Post Office Network to hold me liable for losses on the cash account until such time as 100% guarantee can be given about the accuracy of Horizon.
And that's, reasonable, isn't it? Show me that the system's working, because I know it's not, because these numbers make no sense. And I'll be liable. But whilst the system isn't working properly, I'm not going to be liable for the losses. It's a perfectly reasonable position to adopt there. And if you actually think back to the future letters that we've already seen 10, 15 years later by other sub postmasters being asked to explain why and where the money's gone, they couldn't have asked for a more comprehensive outlining of a situation to be able to investigate this right from the start in December 2000.
I've been hoping to leave any comments in writing about Horizon until the office is quieter in January, and then write a detailed submission about the costs we've incurred with it, around £1,000, the problems with the counter, staff working with money and stamp books on chairs or on the shelf behind them, the very poor layout of the screen and menus, the slowness of the printers, the lack of report writing facilities, the chaotic end of day and end of week procedures, and the problems of having to do, quote, office work at a terminal on the counter. Given time, I shall produce the report for you. Please do not think that I'm being nothing but negative about the system. I'm a firm believer in the way forward through such a system. But bear in mind my comments are made by someone who's had considerable experience of electronic point of sale systems before joining the post office in 1998. I first began working with them in 1986 and have used a variety of systems. Reading on, so I do have some insight into those systems, and I would gladly be willing to offer constructive feedback if asked. With regard to the current deficit showing on our cash account for last week, how do you want me to progress this week's balance? Should I just roll it through and see what happens, or what? And then you ask for assistance. So in that letter, you make it clear on a number of occasions that Horizon is at fault, and you explain in detail why, so far as you could tell, that was so. Is that right?
That's correct.
You tell the post office that you're not alone and that this was happening around the country.
That's what I understood, yeah.
Did that information come from your local branch secretary at the NFSP?
It did.
Was that Dave Foster?
It was Dave Foster.
So really, from a post office point of view, you couldn't have asked for this issue to surface early on with someone better, could you? They're explaining clearly the problems you have. They're offering to help. They're saying they've got experience of these kind of systems, things that you wouldn't necessarily expect a sub postmaster to have as a requirement of the job, yet they're offering that expertise and experience to try to help you fix a system that they believe in because they see it as the way forward. So why wasn't that offer of help ever taken up?
And you ask a question, what should I do at the end?
Yes.
Did you ever get a written reply
No.
to the raft of the points?
Sorry, no, I never did.
No reply to this letter at all?
Never.